Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a prediction between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump on the presidential level. I think that this will be a lot redder than my Donald Trump versus Joe Biden prediction because Kamala Harris is a much weaker candidate, and on top of that, Joe Biden would have incumbency factor in his favor. So Kamala Harris, very well-known name, the Vice President of the United States currently. Oh wait, what? Why are these states filled in? My bad on that. I don't even know how that happened. But let's get into the remaining safe states. I don't even mean to have Illinois filled in, but whatever. It's safe, so I'm lazy, so I'm not going to take that off just to put it back on. And then my remaining safe Republican states, I have Missouri, Indiana, and that's it. Oh, Nebraska at large. And so now let's move on to the likely states. Minnesota, that was actually filled in correctly earlier. Nebraska second, Virginia, New Mexico, New Hampshire, Maine at large. Let's see if I missed any. No, it does not look like I did. These are the typical likely D states. I mean, New Hampshire, Trump is a very bad candidate for New Hampshire. So I think that New Hampshire will go blue by a likely margin, probably by around the same as Joe Biden won it in 2020. I mean, Kamala Harris is a weaker candidate than Joe Biden, but then again, Trump is a weaker candidate now than he was before the 2020 election. So I think that's it for Harris lean states, or likely states. Now for Donald Trump likely states. I have Utah, Montana, Kansas, South Carolina, Ohio, Iowa, Mississippi, and Alaska, all as likely Republican. And Nebraska's first and Maine second. Iowa and Ohio, Trump is a very strong candidate for these two states. I mean, you saw that with 2020. Ohio broke its bellwether streak after 60 years of voting for the winning president. And it wasn't by any small margin. He won it by 8 points, and Joe Biden won the election. It's not like Donald Trump was a very strong candidate for Iowa and Ohio. And on the other hand, he's a very weak candidate for Utah, which went red for John McCain by like 15 points more than it did for Trump in 2016, which, must I remind you, 2016 was a huge blue wave, and 2008 was a huge blue wave, and 2016 was a pretty red year. I mean, despite Democratic pickups in the Senate, Illinois was pretty obviously going to happen. Not the point. I think that Utah is going to be likely. I do think Kamala Harris is not a terrible candidate for the Mormon vote. Will she outperform Joe Biden? I don't think she'll outperform him, but I think she'll do around the same. And then for lean states, actually, before we get into lean states, you know what, let's leave Nevada on there. I already put it there. No. I just want to say I have a quick channel announcement. I'm now off of school for summer break, so I will have more time to upload. My upload schedule being Tuesdays, Thursdays, and every other Saturday. That's going to be disrupted due to I'm going on vacation for the weekend, so I'm not exactly going to be able to make a video on Tuesday or Saturday. To make up for this, next week I will be doing one Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all in a row, and I have special videos planned for all of them. So yeah, and I will talk about something else at the end of the video, but for now, let's get on to the lean states. Nevada, I think it's going to go... I think it's going to go lean-y, 2, 3, maybe 4 points. I mean, Donald Trump, neither candidate has full incumbency, but they both have some form. I mean, Donald Trump was the former president, and Kamala Harris is the vice president. And, of course, the large Hispanic population in Nevada, Hispanics do typically vote for incumbents more often, more than the average Hispanic vote. So, Nevada being a Hispanic-heavy state, this is going to help her out in this race. I mean, Nevada is a Democratic-leaning swing state anyway. Lock map. Oh, not there. Okay, is it locked? Yes, thank you. And then I have Georgia as lean D. I mean, this one shouldn't really surprise you. Georgia is a trending D state, and I think that Kamala Harris will improve on Joe Biden's margin just because of how quickly it's trending to the left. And yeah, I think that she will win Georgia by 1-2 points, especially if Stacey Abrams wins, then it will probably be even more. If Stacey Abrams defeats Brian Kemp in 2022, it'll be an even bigger margin than if she does not, because, well, she will defeat him if those two are the nominees, but not at all the point of the video. If the voting law is removed, then Kamala Harris will do better. But I think she'll win by a lean margin either way. I don't think the voting law will affect how much she wins it by. Michigan is my next state for the lean column, and this puts Kamala Harris in a really good spot because now she only has to win one more state, which, of course, is one of the 6 major swing states, because Donald Trump's lean states, he's going to win Florida and Texas. I mean, Texas is really, it's trending blue, but it's not blue enough yet to go blue, especially for Kamala Harris over Donald Trump. I mean, like, not even for Joe Biden. Of course, Joe Biden would do better, and I actually have Joe Biden winning Florida against Donald Trump in 2024. That won't happen for Kamala Harris. Hispanics like voting for incumbents. Joe Biden would be the incumbent. And on top of that, Joe Biden is a much stronger candidate than Kamala Harris. So I think that Kamala Harris, it'll definitely be under 3 points. It will not be as red as it was in 2020. And I think that it's probably going to be under 2 points. I could be wrong about that, though. But I don't think it's going to go under 1 point for Donald Trump. I think it's going to be between 1 and 2 somewhere. 1 and 2.5 is my expected margin for Donald Trump. And now let's get on to the tilt states. And would you look at this? Kamala Harris needs 1 state. Donald Trump would need all 4. And no, they're not all safe are. I'm just saying that this is how this is how weak of a situation the Republican Party's in. I made a video the other day talking about the 6 major swing states and how Democrats have an advantage on the presidential level. And this is where it really comes into play. Kamala Harris just has to win one of these states, and I think she can do that. She can win the state of Arizona by a tilt margin. I think she won't do very enough with a suburban vote to make it lean. But Donald Trump is still a very bad candidate for Arizona. I mean, you saw he won by 9, or Mitt Romney won by 9 points. Then Trump won by 3, and then he lost the state. in 2020, which is a very bad sign for the Republican Party going forward in Arizona. But also the Trump type in Arizona is not... The Trump type in Arizona is very weak. This is one of the states that Donald Trump is weak in. I don't think I have to say anymore. I think it'll be a high tilt, 0.8, 0.9, somewhere in that area. Pennsylvania, I think, will be tilt D. I think it'll be 0.5, 0.6, middle-ish end of tilt. And Pennsylvania, it's a Democratic-leaning swing state, kind of. I mean, Joe Biden only won the state by 1.2. And if she won't, how do I say this? If Kamala Harris runs, she will not be able to appeal to the suburban vote the same way that Joe Biden did to win the state in 2020. But Donald Trump, not a strong enough candidate to win the state. And I think the same can be said about North Carolina. I mean, North Carolina, it's going to be on the lower end of tilt for Kamala Harris. I mean, Joe Biden, I had it on the high end of tilt. Kamala Harris, I think, will just barely win the state. 0.2, 0.3, somewhere in that area. If North Carolina, it honestly could go red, but I'm going to have it as tilt D, just because it is trending to the left, and on top of that, Donald Trump is not a very good candidate for the state, and Kamala Harris isn't an awful candidate for the state, so I think that Kamala Harris will win North Carolina and end up with 309 electoral votes, because Donald Trump will win Wisconsin by a tilt margin. It's trending to the right. He has, he's a decent candidate for this Rust Belt area. I mean, he's not a good candidate in general, but I think that he will be good enough to flip back Wisconsin in exchange for losing North Carolina. I think that's a fair judgment to make. If Kamala Harris runs it right, if she plays her cards right, she could absolutely win the state. But I just don't see it happening. I don't see her appealing to the voters the same way that Joe Biden did. I mean, Joe Biden is a good Rust Belt candidate. Kamala Harris is not. Therefore, I think that the Rust Belt will all shift to the right. So, yeah, this is my final map. Let me know if you think the map will be any different. Thank you guys for watching. I actually have a question for you all. Would you like to have background music from... It would be sort of like, not really gaming music, but also in a way it is. Not... I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of... It would be pretty fun. I'm just wondering what your guys' thoughts would be on having background music. Let me know in the comments if you want to see it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.